Hi everybody, I'm here to report on yesterday's 1-0 defeat at Rugby Park. If you remember the last time I spoke, Drossers had locked me in a cupboard and took over the show, but near the end he promised he would score a hat-trick at Rugby Park. I said I wouldn't hold my breath. Well, unfortunately I did, and as you can see, this is the result. No wonder. Yesterday's game must have been the worst game played in the top league this season. And I don't mean just Rangers, I mean any two teams playing. It was a game that was turgid, dire, devoid of any skill, not helped, of course, by the plastic pitch and a gale force wind, but a boring game, a terrible advert for Scottish football. If there had to be any English viewers actually watching this dross, they must have been astounded at how bad two teams like us are. What can I say? I don't think they deserve to win. It was a pretty even game in terms of lack of skill. Kilmarnock, a big strong team, well organised, great attitude. They get stuck in, they never give up. They try and bully the opposition, but they've no skill. It's a team of journeymen. They hardly put a passing move together from what I remember in the whole 90 minutes. On the other side, we're physically and mentally weak. We've got no pace, no energy. We pass it about. I don't know how many times we passed it about to no effect whatsoever, hardly getting into their box. So you play like that against practically every team in our league and you won't win a game, even if it's at Ibrox, because it's too slow, too deliberate. You give the other team plenty of time to get back into shape and to have 10 people between you and the goal. And that's what happened yet again yesterday. The manager doesn't seem to have worked out how we beat these teams home or away and beat them by a few goals as we should, because we do have superior players, more skillful players, although that wasn't on show yesterday. I mean, we've got skillful players in the sense of we've got Lawrence, Cherny, Bayrami, Diomande, and they just didn't show up. I mean, what's the point in having skillful players if they don't show their skills? We'd be as well having 11 hammer throwers in the team. At least they'd get stuck in and they might harass the opposition a bit more than we did yesterday. It was a pretty comfortable afternoon all round for Kilmarnock. And the two guys that couldn't get in our team, McCrory, the goalkeeper, and Mayo, the central defender, these guys were just reserves. And here they are playing in a team that beats us. It's just ridiculous. What can I say? I think we had about 9 or 10 shots at goal, not on target. I think we had 4 on target, so did they. They had fewer at goal. So here you've got a top flight game in this country, and the two teams together had fewer than 20 shots at goal and 8 on target. Absolutely pathetic. You just don't know where to go from here. It's not like you're hoping somebody can come back and revolutionise the whole team. The only one that might help would be Danilo, if he could come back in and do more than just score the odd goal here and then when it doesn't count, like Drossers does. Cortez would, but he's long term. We're not going to see him probably before Christmas. So in fact, we're really pinning our hopes on Danilo starting to play games. Or if the manager could just summon up the courage or maybe just the common sense to start the game with Igaman and Kazan, maybe would improve right away. Who knows? But he won't take the chance. As long as he starts Tavernier at the back and Drossers up front every game, we are doomed. These two guys are costing us dearly because not only are they not playing well themselves, they're influencing everybody else. Everybody else is being dragged into their mediocrity. So Casemiro should start at right back and Igaman should start up front, and if he's up to it from next week onwards, Danilo should come in for maybe the last half hour. And if the guy Igaman can't play 90 minutes, why did we buy him when we're desperate for an out-and-out striker? Even last January, everybody was saying that. So why did we buy a young guy who's not ready, in the manager's eyes, to play 90 minutes against Ross County or Kilmarnock, even at home? So that's the first thing that has to be rectified. Get rid of Tavernier, get rid of Drossers, and let's take it from there. Change the system to see if we can get the best out of the guys who do have skill, who we know have skill, but just aren't showing it right now. So, terrible game, terrible result. Typical, we lose a goal, in the 87th minute or something. And how did it come about? Just inside our half, Kilmarnock guy just bounces in front of him. He's got his back to our goal, and he just hooks it, hopefully, up the park to nobody. And of course, there's Marley Watkins, the great Marley Watkins. I'd take him instead of Drossers anytime. There he is, running side by side with Suter. The ball should be Suter's. It bounces. Watkins sort of leans into Suter to just ease him out the way. Has a shot, not much of a shot. When you see it again, it actually hits off the inside of Suter's leg and then kind of trundles somewhat into the net because Butland had come off his line. So Butland was thrown under the bus by the manager post-match, but it was more Suter's fault. He has to get that away. He has to make sure the guy doesn't get a shot at goal, no matter how weak it was. So shameful goal to lose right at the end. Just pathetic. But then one nice touch. The only thing he's probably done about 4 appearances from substitute Dowell. Chipped a lovely ball forward after a nice bit of footwork. Igamani runs onto it, first time with his right foot, and it trundled 6 inches past the far post. That just summed us up yesterday. That could have gone in a good day. It would have gone in if we'd been winning 3 or 4-0. But when you really need a goal, no, it trundles maybe 6 inches past the post. So that was our last chance, obviously, in the injury time added on. So dreadful game. Just forget about it. That's all we can do. We can look forward to the Europa League on Thursday against Steaua Bucharest. This is our easiest home game. If we don't win this one, we're definitely out of that as well. We had a spell of games coming up before yesterday. That was Kilmarnock away, Steaua at home, St Mirren at home, Aberdeen away, and Motherwell in the League Cup semi-final. And the two that I identified that we had to win were the Steaua game to keep us in contention to get out of the group in the Europa, and Motherwell to get into the League Cup final. These are the two that are vital. The league's gone. We're never going to win the league this year with this team. So yesterday's defeat, big deal. We're now 6 points behind rather than 5. Doesn't matter about St Mirren or Aberdeen away. We're not going to claw back 6 points in the course of this season. So the main aim should be to progress in the Europa with the money and the coefficient that increases due to that, and to get into the League Cup final. And who knows, maybe by December some of these guys might be playing as well as they can and give us a chance of actually retaining the League Cup. So apart from that, not much else to look forward to, especially if this manager keeps playing the same players in the same way with the same results. More and more, I'm hearing fans saying they want rid of this guy, but he's here till the end of the season at least. I'm in support of that. You can't sack another manager at this time. That's an annual event now. It should be in the calendar with Halloween and Burns Night and St Andrew's Day if we keep sacking managers at this time of the year. So keep him on till the end of the season, see if we can turn things around, see if we can get a couple of players in January and see how well we do in Europe and in the Cups, because as you can see from my face, the league has gone. The title challenge is dead. See you after Thursday night.